بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamualaikum everyone. How are you all? Hope you all are well. This is the time for your language class. So for this, take out your language book. Take it out. This one. Okay, students. In our last class, we have completed the topic. Topic number 5 are reflexive pronouns. Today we are going to start a next one topic, that is kinds of phrases. A shortest topic we have. We will break this topic and we are going to do half of this topic today. Okay. So kinds of phrases. Topic number 9. That is on page number 41. Open it, everyone. Okay. Kinds of phrases. Students, before getting that what the kinds of phrases are, you must understand that what the phrases are. Phrases are the part of a sentence that do not contain subject, they do not have a word, a main word, and that don't make complete sense. And what are the examples of it? A cat is playing in the garden. A cat is playing. What is your subject? The one who's performing an action is your subject. This one is your word. This must be not your phrase, because the definition of the phrase is a part of a sentence that do not contain subject, do not contain word, and it not make complete sense. So a cat is playing in the garden. This one is a part of a sentence. If you read this part alone, in the garden, do this part of the sentence have any word or have any subject? No. And individually, it is not making any sense as well. So what we call it, this part of a sentence, we call it phrase. Okay. Now, the next one that will clear the concept of phrase more. A king sat on throne of gold. The one who performs an action is the subject, which is a king. This one is your word. Sat on a throne of gold is become your phrase. Okay? Because this one is the part of a sentence that is not making a sense, and as well as it do not have a subject and a word. Birds are flying in the sky. Now tell me, what is a phrase in this one sentence? Birds are flying, having a subject and a word. The part that do not have such thing is in the sky. So it will become your phrase. Now I think that the concept of phrase is clear. Now we are going to move toward our main topic, that is kinds of phrases. We have further kind of phrases that we are going to discuss in this one topic. Today we are going to do only adjective phrases. Adjective phrase. Okay, tell me, what are adjectives? The word that used to describe a noun. Again explaining it. A word that is used to describe a noun are called as adjectives. Okay? Suppose that we have some examples. Round table. This one is your adjective because it is describing what? A noun. Tall boy. A word that is describing a noun. Blue dress. A word that is describing a noun. Okay? So, the words that describe noun are called as adjective. But what the adjective phrases are? A word or a group of words that describe a noun are called as adjective phrase in a sentence. Okay? You always get adjective phrase in a sentence. How? Suppose that I am taking this one example, blue dress. So, how you use it in adjective phrase? A girl in a blue dress is my sister. A girl. Which girl we are talking about? In a blue dress. So, in a blue dress, it is describing what? A girl, which is your noun. In a blue dress, do not have this part of a sentence, do not have any subject, and it do not have any word. So, we call it what? Phrase. Because this phrase is describing a noun. That's why we call it what? Adjective phrase. Getting it? That a group of words that describes a noun in a sentence are called as adjective phrases. Next one. A dog with shaggy tail. With shaggy tail is describing what? A dog. A dog, which is a noun. So a group of words that used to describe a noun are called as what? Adjective phrase. Okay? A group of words that is describing a noun are called as adjective phrase. That's my pants. A dog with a shaggy tail. So students always, those words, first of all, to identify that what the adjective phrases are, you must have to recognize that what is the noun in a given sentence. First, given noun, if there is any description you have in a given sentence that do not have any subject or verb, that will be your adjective phrase. Okay? A part of a sentence that is describing a noun and do not have any subject and verb are called as adjective phrase. I hope that the concept is clear by these examples. I'm coming towards the exercise now. Okay, the definition is a phrase which does the work of an adjective. Okay, a phrase which does the work of an adjective is your adjective phrase. Means that do the work of adjective, means that describes a noun. What is the work of adjective? A word that describes a noun is called as adjective. From the definition, it is clear that what the adjective phrases are. We have some examples. The books on the shelf are for sale. What is your noun here? The books. But which books we are talking here? The books that are on the shelf. You have some specification here that we are talking about those books that are on the shelf. It means that this part is describing your noun. So what it will become? It will become your adjective phrase. Okay? Next one. We saw a bird with beautiful feathers. Now identify a noun in this one sentence. A bird is your noun. Okay? But what kind of bird it is? Bird with beautiful feathers. with beautiful feathers. Become your, because this is your phrase and it is describing your noun. What you call it then? You call it adjective phrase. Okay? This is the concept that whenever a word or a group of words used to explain a noun are called as adjective phrases. Now come to the exercise on page number 42. Okay. Exercise on page number 42, we have pick out the adjective phrases from the following sentences. Sentence number 1 is, the book displayed in the glass case are very valuable. The books displayed in the glass case are very valuable. In this one, what is your noun? The books. And the word that are used to explain this noun is are displayed in the glass case. We are talking about the book that are displayed in the glass case. So the displayed in the glass case is it will become your adjective phrase because it is describing a noun, the books. The bird singing so sweetly is a nightingale. So we are talking about the bird that is singing so sweetly. So what are the words that are explaining the bird? You have to identify and mark those words. Now number 3. The circus camping in the middle of the town will soon go away. We are talking about the circus that is campaigning in the middle of the town will soon go away. So here you have some words that are explaining about the circus because the circus is your noun. So you have to identify those words and underline those words and mark it as adjective phrase. We saw a crocodile laying in the sun. So what kind of crocodile we are talking about? That is laying in the sun. So underline those words. The king's palace built of marble stood on the top of a hill. So we are talking about here about a king's palace that is built of marble. The noun is king's palace, and what word are describing this one palace that are built of marble? Okay. Number 6 is the horses, wild and free, roamed all over the land. The horses is your noun, right? And what words are here that are explaining the horses? Wild and free are the words that are explaining the horses. Roamed all over the land means that they are moving all over the land. The word that are explaining the horses will become your adjective phrase. The bus carrying passenger from one village to another will stop here. So you have to identify the noun and then underline carrying passengers from one. Which kind of bus we are talking? We are talking about the bus that is carrying the passenger from one place to another. So underline those words that is explaining the bus. The man tired after the day's work were sitting round the fire and chatting. We're talking about those men that are tired after a day's work, full day work, and now they were sitting around the fire and chatting. Number 9. The cold wind blowing from the north made everybody shiver. So the cold wind is your noun, and which word are explaining here? This one wind blowing from the north made everyone shiver. Number 10. The city devastated by the fire has to rebuild as soon as possible. The city is your noun and you have to identify that which one words are here in the sentence explaining the word city. And then underline it and mark it as adjective phrase. How are you going to this one exercise? Just copy it down in your copy. First make the title page, write down the definition of adjective phrase only with 3 examples. And then write down this one exercise in your copy This one, just copy out this one question and write first 10 sentences. Okay, write down first 10 sentences, students, and just underline the adjective phrase with black pointer and write down above these words that it is adjective phrase. That's all you have to do in this one exercise. That's it for today's class. If you have any query related to this one topic, you can ask us through our WhatsApp number. That is all about today. We will meet soon, inshallah, in our next class. Allah Hafiz everyone.